My boyfriend insisted that I prove my love to him, so instead I left. So my boyfriend and I dated for 2 years, and at first everything seemed great. He was very charming, very loving. He would constantly tell me how beautiful I was, and so I really, really loved that about him. But over time, things started to change very subtly that I just completely ignored until I just couldn't ignore it anymore. At first, it was little tests like, well, if you love me, you'll be the first one to say goodnight. Or if you love me, you'll cancel your plans with your friends tonight. At first, they did seem harmless and cute at times, but then it was getting to be a little too much. A few months ago, I got a promotion at work. And so when I told him, I was very excited, but he seemed kind of off, like he was more sad than anything. He didn't even want to celebrate with me. And then out of nowhere, he starts asking me if I'm going to prioritize my work over him. If I'm going to prioritize my work over him, like what the fuck? And then we would hang out, and all of a sudden he would start making comments saying how I was more worried about work than I was about him. How he felt like he was competing with my job. The real test was last week when he asked me if I would move in with him. Now, on paper, it made a lot of sense because it was a lot closer. I wouldn't have to spend as much money on gas, and I was basically staying with him every single night. Something in my gut was telling me to wait, to hold off, so I told him, just give me a little bit of time to think about it. And then all of a sudden, he came out and said, well, if you really did love me, then you wouldn't even have to think about it. And so I stopped to think, it just clicked. And I was like, okay, so I need to be obedient. I basically need to do what this man is telling me, or else he's going to make me feel guilty about my decisions. So instead of me proving my love once again, I decided just to get my shit and leave. What the fuck am I doing? I told him I needed space because of everything that was going on. And of course he was begging me, crying, and I couldn't do it. I could not fucking do it anymore. So he's been texting me nonstop, telling me that I just gave up on us for absolutely no reason, that I'm making whatever he was saying into a big deal when he just wanted me to prove myself and prove that I actually loved him. What the fuck?